So, what does it mean when a dealership goes out of business? How do clients have to deal with that? What are the consequences and what are the risks? If you purchase a vehicle from a licensed automotive dealership, in theory, they're supposed to provide you a title, provide you all the documents, and a legal vehicle and a transfer. When a dealership goes out of business, there's always a risk that the last few cars that were sold have some type of transfer problem. In this case, we're going to talk about a company called Shift, which is a very large online retailer, and they recently filed for bankruptcy. They weren't the only ones. Within the last few weeks, there was Off Lease Only out of Florida. There was another company out of Texas. A lot of large retailers are closing and going bankrupt, and even smaller dealerships. The American Car Center was one last year. So the worry and the risk is if you bought a car and they didn't transfer your title and now they go bankrupt, what happens to your ownership? If that dealership did not actually pay and purchase that vehicle, you could have a problem. Many dealerships do what's called floor plan or a line of credit for their vehicles. Look, if you have a car lot that has 200 cars on it and each car is $50,000, that could be millions and millions of car inventory value sitting on that lot. And if most companies don't have that kind of cash just laying around, so they get a line of credit from a bank. And that line of credit floats their inventory. And when they sell a car, they just pay off that one car, get the title from the lender, and then they give it to you. Well, what happens if right before they go bankrupt, they don't have the money? Obviously, they're going bankrupt, and they don't pay off those cars. Now you're in limbo as a buyer, and you could have title problems. This has happened before. So you want to make sure there's no liens on your vehicle. Sometimes vehicles are obtained from lenders, and they have to pay off the loan for the lender. Sometimes it's even worse. Let's say if you went to a car dealership and you traded a car in that had a loan on it, and you expected that dealership to pay off your loan because that was part of the deal, and they built it into your contract. If they go out of business next few weeks or month or two, now if they don't pay off your car loan, you might have to pay payments on your old car and your new car, and your old car's gone. And the person who bought it, they can't get a title either. So there's a lot of risk when it comes to a dealership going bankrupt. What we recommend doing is if you're buying a car from a dealership, especially a used car, ask them to show you the title of the vehicle before you sign on the dotted line. They don't have to give it to you. Obviously, if you're financing it, even if you're not, they have to transfer the title to your name. But if they can at least show you they have the title, that's going to keep you from having a risk that they don't own it yet. Many dealerships sell vehicles they're not the legal owner of because it's in a line of credit or under a lien holder. And that's okay in some cases, but you don't want to be caught short. So if they don't have the title, you might want to ask them, well, what's going on, right? If you are a consumer and you bought a car from Shift or one of these other companies, or your company closes down, you want to start making contact right away. Where's my title? Call the DMV or go in person and ask them, is my title been applied for? If it's been applied for and they're just waiting it to go through DMV, that's okay. If they didn't apply for it and the company's out of business, could be trouble. So there's more information on lien releases. You can check out our website. There's also an option if you want to get a consultation with a title agent, certified title agent, you could do that too. But dealerships selling cars and then going out of business before the title transfers is becoming a bigger problem. And it's expected that more car dealerships will close, go out of business, or go bankrupt in the coming years. So this could become a wider spread problem.